Circuit this morning at 6:30. Today we're going to be going through a dumbbell circuit. So similar to what we've been doing, we're going to have 6 different exercises. Okay, each exercise is going to go for 50 seconds and then we'll have 10 seconds rest. So grab your dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, grab, what am I doing? Grab a water bottle, grab tins of food, whichever you've got. Rightio. So first exercise that we're going to do is our overhead squat press. So squatting down and pushing up with those dumbbells. That's it.
Oh.
So first round, we're going to go nice and easy. You can choose how deep you want to go. Okay, squatting down and pushing those dumbbells up and to the side. That's it. 20 more seconds. Really reaching up. Ease into those squats, pushing into those heels, making sure those knees are pushing out. 5 seconds. Rightio, next one's going to be our sumo deadlift. Okay, so he's going to slide those dumbbells down that thigh while we push that butt back. Okay, let's go. 50 seconds. Okay, so working the backs of those legs, in that lower back as well. Okay, so just got a slight bend in those knees. We don't want to be going down into a squat. Okay, just slight bend those knees to protect them. Really pushing that butt back. Okay, you should be really feeling it in the backs of those legs there. So again, obviously first round, we don't have to go down quite so low. Okay, just warm up those backs of those legs. That's it. Really pushing that butt back. Eyes looking directly out in front of us. Trying to have a nice straight back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one's going to be our tricep kickbacks. Okay, so we're going to bend those elbows, bending over a little bit, and we're going to kick those dumbbells straight back behind us. Okay, so working in the backs of those arms. Let's go. 50 seconds again. Try not to go with a swinging motion. Okay, we don't want to be swinging. So nice and controlled all the way back and then in. Trying to keep those arms in as close as possible. Really focusing on the backs of those arms. Obviously, easier option again. Don't have to lift up those arms quite so far. Otherwise, once we start getting a little bit more, we can kick those arms back a little bit further. 5 seconds. Okay, going back to those legs. So our next one's going to be our reverse lunge. So we're going to step back, lunging down. So the dumbbells are just standing by our side. Okay, as we lunge. Let's go. 50 seconds again. So stepping that leg back and bending that leg straight down. Still trying to stand up nice and tall. Choosing how low we want to go. Again, remembering it's just our first round, so we can use it as our warm-up. Trying to get those legs nice and warm. Dumbbells are just staying down by our side. Just adding that extra weight there. That's it, 10 seconds. Rightio, second last one is going to be our high pulls. So you're just going to have those dumbbells just on our thigh. I'm going to bring them up, lifting up those elbows up nice and high. Let's go, 50 seconds. So sliding them up that body, nice and even on either side. Okay, we don't need to lift those elbows up super high. Okay, they just need to go just to about shoulder height, a little bit higher. Really working those shoulders, squeezing in between those shoulder blades, making sure we keep those shoulders down and back. told myself, I did this one yesterday. So I told myself I needed to remember to get lighter weights while I video. I forgot to do that this morning. That's it, 5 seconds. And done. Last one's going to be our front raise. Okay, so you've got 2 options. We can either go, we've got 3 options. You can go 1 arm at a time. You can go both arms at a time. Or we can go 1 arm, 1 pull. Okay, let's go. 50 seconds. So either alternating arms. Okay, again, try not to swing. Okay, we can go both arms. Okay, or we can go 1 arm out, the other arm pulls in. So again, still working those arms. Little double whammy at the end with those arms, with that high pull and that front raise. That's it. Try not to swing, nice and controlled, still standing up nice and tall. That's it, 10 seconds. Oh, I forgot what I'm doing. There we go. 2, 1. I know, that's our first round. So that was your practice round. So going back to the start now. So going back to those squat with that overhead press. Okay, so let's see if we can go down a little bit deeper now. So squatting down, pushing up. Yeah. Into that next one. So reaching out, squatting down. As I said, round number 2. So see if we can get down a little bit lower, really reaching those arms up. Again, keeping that chest up nice and tall. We look down towards our toes. We should be able to see those toes the whole time. We don't want those knees coming over the toes. That's it, 5 seconds. 2, 1. Righto, to those deadlifts. So popping those dumbbells just in our thigh, feet just outside of our hips. Okay, slight bend in those knees and sliding them down, pushing that butt back. Let's go. So see if we can go a little bit lower. Only as low that feels comfortable. Really pushing that butt back, sliding those dumbbells down those thighs, down towards those feet. Chest stays up nice and tall. Good. Eyes looking directly out in front of us. Fifteen seconds. Three, 2, 1. Rightio. Back to those tricep kickbacks. So slight bend those knees, leaning over just a little bit. Elbows in nice and close. I'm going to kick those dumbbells back. Nice and controlled. Keeping the arms in nice and close. Focusing on the backs of those arms. Making sure we're not going with that swinging motion. So we have control of those dumbbells the entire time. Round number 2, okay? So choosing those different options now. So easier option, okay? Just don't kick back quite so far. If you need to stop and stand up and have a reset, you can. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, see if you can kick those arms back a little bit further. But remember, trying to keep them in nice and close. 2, 1. Rightio, to those legs, those reverse lunges. Okay, so stepping back, okay? If stepping back feels awkward for you, okay, you can go forward, whichever one feels more comfortable. Lunges are not my thing. Got wonky knees, so. Trying to stand up nice and tall. Round number 2, see if we can go a little bit lower. Really squeezing in with that leg, pushing down with that front leg. Mix it up in round 3 and 4. If you're finding it too easy, So same thing again with those squats. Okay, as we bend that knee down, we don't want that front knee coming over that toe. So we should be able to see that toe the entire time. That back leg's just bending straight down. You don't want to be leaning forward. Rightio, next one's those high pulls. 50 seconds again, pulling them up together, nice and controlled. Ready, 2, 1, let's go. Nice and controlled, squeezing those shoulder blades, lifting up nice and even on both sides. So same as before, easier option here for round 2. Obviously just don't lift up quite so high. Okay, if it's getting too much, lifting both up at the same time, you can go 1, alternating. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, both at the same time, really lifting up, squeezing those shoulder blades. But again, we don't want those elbows coming too high above those shoulders. That's it, less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last one is those front raises. So remember in those options, alternating arms, double arm, or a front raise and pull. Let's go, 50 seconds. Again, we're only lifting that arm up to that shoulder height, okay? We don't need to lift it up to that head, okay? Nice and controlled, just up to about that shoulder height. You've got those different options. So obviously easier option, alternating arm. A little bit more rest down the bottom. Harder, both arms up at the same time. But remember, trying to stand up nice and tall. Or we can add in that pull with that front raise. Let's go, less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good work, halfway, 2 down, 2 to go. So we've had 2 practice rounds now. Round number 3. So let's see if we can start going a little bit deeper with each of them. Back to that squat. So squatting down, reaching up. Let's go, 50 seconds again. Really pushing down into those heels, extending that arm up. Round 3, so we should be well and truly warm now. Okay, so obviously easier option. Just don't squat down quite so low. If the arm extension's a little bit too much, okay, we can just remove that. No arm extension. Otherwise harder, nice and deep in those squats. Really reaching that arm out. So 5 seconds. 2, 1, go to those deadlifts. Dumbbells on those thighs, slight bend in those knees, sitting up nice and tall, or staying up nice and tall. Let's go, 50 seconds. Slide those dumbbells down the thigh. That's it. So round 3, see if we can start, come down a little bit lower. Pushing that butt back. Remember, try not to bend those knees too much. Just a slight bend in them to protect them. Otherwise, you should really, as I said, feeling in the backs of those legs, in those hamstrings, into that lower back as well. Your option here. Okay, just don't come down quite so low, so it can just be a little bend over. Otherwise, harder option. Really coming down, sliding those dumbbells down the thigh, keeping that chest up nice and tall. Righto. Next one's those tricep kickbacks. So elbows slightly bent, knees slightly bent, leaning over, and kicking those arms back. Let's go, 50 seconds. Nice and controlled. Round number 3. Okay, if you want, you can stay here. Really focusing on those tricep kickbacks. Otherwise, if you want another option, we can do a tricep kickback with a bicep curl. So kicking back, and then we can add in that curl if you like. But again, really trying to focus there that we don't want to be swinging. So it's nice and controlled the whole time. Back, bicep curl, if you choose to take that option. Otherwise, just focusing on those tricep kickbacks. 2, 1. Rightio. Back to those legs, reverse lunge. Okay, standing up nice and tall, dumbbells down by side. Let's go, 50 seconds, one leg back, lunging down. Let's go. Round 3. So let's see if we can get a little bit lower. A few different options here if you want to take them. So option 1, we can stay with what we're doing. Option 2, okay, you can add in a little pulse. So you can pulse down for 3 if you want to really get that leg burning. Okay, or option 3, we can add in a bicep curl. So as we lunge back, we can bicep curl those dumbbells up in front. So you choose. Round 3, a few different options here. So just like what we've been doing, alternating lunges. Oh, there's our 50 seconds. Righto, high pulls, back to those arms. Dumbbells just down in front of us, shoulders down and back. Let's go, 50 seconds. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Coming up, both at the same time, nice and controlled. Remembering those options. So option 1, we can alternate. If it's too much going both at the same time, just go one at a time. Otherwise, both at the same time, really squeezing those shoulder blades. But again, making sure we're standing up nice and tall, keeping those shoulders down and back. That's it. Making sure we've got nice even lift on either side. Less than 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Righto. Last one for this round is those front raises. So again, roll those shoulders back, making sure we're standing up nice and tall. Okay, and let's go. Remember, alternating arm. We can go double arm, or you can go a front raise with a pull. Choosing those options. Round number 3 should be well and truly warm now. Should also be starting to fatigue a little bit with those arms. Okay, especially having to hold those dumbbells the entire session. So making sure we're trying not to slack off with that technique. We're not doing a pull, so try not to pull. Try and make it nice and controlled. Use those options as you need. 10 seconds. That's it. 5 seconds. Radio. Last round. Last 6 exercises, 6 minutes, then we're done. The last round, let's see if we can go a little bit deeper, really push through. Back to those squats rotations. Let's go. Squatting down, reaching up. Nice and deep in those squats. Keeping that chest up nice and tall. Okay. If you've got a little bit of energy left in those arms, rather than going alternating sides, okay, we can go a squat push with both arms, depending on how energetic you're feeling, or we can go one arm at a time. 20 seconds. If you're coordinated, you can go one each side and one in the middle. 10 seconds. Really push down. I don't even have any coordination. That's it. Righto, next one's those deadlifts. Slight bend in those knees, chest up nice and tall, dumbbells on those thighs. Let's go, 50 seconds. Slide them down those legs. Nice and controlled. Pushing that butt back. Standing up nice and tall. That back's nice and straight. Last round. So remembering those options. Easier option, okay? Don't have to come down quite so low. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, really sliding those dumbbells down those legs as far as we can, but we don't want to lose that nice straight line, that back. Chest stays up nice and tall, eyes looking out in front of us. That's it, 5 seconds. And radio, tricep kickbacks, number 3. Okay, so remembering those options from before, slight bend in those legs, elbows bent. Let's go, 50 seconds. Kicking them back, nice and controlled. Really working those backs of those arms. Straightening those arms out behind us. So remember, easier option. Okay, just don't lift up quite so high, and we can go one arm at a time. Otherwise, both arms. If we want, remember, we can add in that bicep curl. But remember, the focus area here is those backs of those arms. So trying to kick back as far as you can. 10 seconds. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. Righto, last 3, lunge, high pulls, and front raise. Okay, so choosing those different options with those lunges. Righto, let's go. Stepping back and lunging, down. Chest stays up nice and tall. So remember, we can go into those alternating lunges. Okay, we can add in that pulse if we really want to burn the legs. So pulsing down for 3, and then you can alternate. And then if you're super coordinated, we can do a lunge with a bicep curl, making sure we're still standing up nice and tall. So choose whichever one you want to go with, alternating, pulses, or the lunge with a bicep. Last one. And up. Righto, last 2. High pulls and front raise. So bringing those dumbbells out in front. Okay, slight bend those knees out nice and tall. Let's go. 50 seconds. Nice and controlled on both sides. Pulling those arms up. That's it. Remembering those options. Okay, so easier option. Just don't come up quite so high. We can have a little bit more rest down the bottom. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, really lift those elbows up. But remember, we don't want them coming too far above those shoulders. Nice and controlled at the same time. 10 seconds. Really squeezing those shoulders. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh, my forearms. Right, last one is those front raises. Last one. So choosing those options, single, double, or the pull and front raise. Let's go. It's only 50 seconds. So if you can, see if you can go both at the same time. It's only 50 seconds, even that just over 30 seconds. Then you can put the dumbbells down. Remember, there's no swing, so it's nice and controlled the whole time. Halfway, 25 left. Keep pushing through, getting up nice and tall. That's it. 15 seconds. Controlled all the way up and all the way down. Try not to swing. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. You can get rid of the dumbbells. Rightio, we'll just have a quick stretch. Okay, so just twisting those arms side to side, loosen up that back. You can lift up those heels so they come up behind us, so we can really twist around. And just grabbing one leg, you can balance, stretching out that thigh. Should be a little bit sore after those lunges and those squats. And over to the other side. Standing up nice and tall. That's it. And we'll just lean over to one side so you can slide that hand down our thigh. Leaning over, stretching out that side of our waist there. And over to the other side. And coming up, bring one arm across. So those arms should be a little bit sore, particularly those shoulders, especially having to hold onto those dumbbells the entire time. So hopefully, I apologise for anyone that's doing it that's got kids. You have to lift your kids up. Other arm across. And bring that arm over into those triceps. Hopefully we should feel those as well. Those tricep kickbacks. What's today? Wednesday. So I should be feeling it probably by hopefully tomorrow afternoon, especially if you haven't been doing as much exercise as what you normally would after all this. That's it. And just one more twist around. And you're all done. Well done.